was given about, not exaggerating, about 10 pounds of Dutch candy when I was at Gamescom last week in Germany. A guy came in. The Dutch Slayer is his Twitter name,
The Dutch
and
oven.
yeah, and he loaded me down with all this candy. I don't. It's
Did you
supposed to be
specify
for
that that's for Robert Ashley? Because we know Robert likes to, get high.
the the Dutch candy. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, not that kind of Dutch candy. In fact, that's probably where Robert is now again. Um,
Most
a little
definitely
wait,
is.
little
So
wake and
are you
bake
going to bring it
for
to
Ashley.
share?
Well, I'm gonna try. It's heavy. There's a lot of it.
It's its own
If not,
carry-on.
well, I'll try. Yeah, that's the best I could say at this point. But it was funny. I mean, he brought it to me. I was behind closed doors at Gamescom, in the EA area, so I was just with other EA employees when this guy comes in with this humongous bag of candy for me, and these people don't know me from that life, so they were just like, "What the fuck, Jeff?" And yeah, so that that part of it, that recognition is, I'm sure we'll get it at PAX somewhat, and I got it over in Germany, which I wasn't really expecting, and it's always flattering, but definitely surreal.
They closed down maybe I think a week before you ended up in Germany. They closed down the all-you-can-fuck buffets.
The Who?
God.
All-you-can-fuck buffets. Seriously, Robert posted that story on his Twitter. They just had a few establishments there where you pay a cover fee, and then you're guaranteed all the sex that you can handle with as many of the women there as you want until you've had your fill, and then
God.
So that's like about 7 minutes for most guys.
7 minutes of bliss.
Wait, where is this? This is in Germany?
Yeah.
Huh.
They have, like, when you're there, whenever you're in German hotels, it's kind of, I mean, have got to be tired of hearing this because it's like, oh, you've never been abroad, but you'll just be sitting there watching maybe, a football game or something, and all of a sudden there's some naked grandmother, and then all of a sudden you hear, like, Hausfrau, and then, like, the guy's just reading off the numbers, like, Sechs und Sechs und Sechs und Sechs, and then all of a
Well,
sudden, next thing you know, it's back to, like, you know.
I never turned on the TV the entire week in Germany, but I can say that when we go to France, which is quite often because of my wife being French, that I always enjoy watching just regular old mainstream TV because the commercials will often have nudity in them, and
Yeah.
it's so funny because it's like it's the kind of commercials that we have here, except where we're all just sort of like in America, it's all just like teasing. It's like the commercials I'm thinking of specifically are like the shower soap commercials, where the camera just goes lingeringly down the body, but then strategically cuts away.
Yeah.
In France, they just like do it, and you're just like,
just show it.
whoa, okay,
And they had
I'll
that
buy
one
that
ad.
soap.
I guess it wasn't a successful. It was successful in that I remember the ad, but I don't remember what it was selling. But it was basically like a C-47 loaded up with women with breast implants, and then proceeding to skydive from the thing.
I remember that. I do remember that. Yeah. So no, I didn't see any in porn in Germany. However, when I was a young man in my 20s, I went to Hamburg as part of I did a like backpack around Europe thing, and ended up in that city. Which, if you know anything about it, you don't really need me to go on. That's where the Reeperbahn is, which is a notorious red light district. And I can honestly say I didn't actually spend any money or do anything untoward, which is kind of stupid now in retrospect. But now that I'm an old married guy, but I did see some amazing things, I have to say, because I was wandering around with a couple youth hostel dudes I had just met, and we ran into, of all things, a couple American sailors who just said, "You guys should come with us. We'll show you a couple things." So, and yeah,
So
they
did you
did.
go?
I did go, yeah. But again, it was sort of like basically what it was like a supermarket or warehouse of naked girls for for your buying pleasure, which fortunately I was smart enough not to do.
What specifically do you mean? You mean literally it was this giant thing with shelves with women standing on them in lines, all
You know what? It wasn't
faced
that
up
far
like
from
Campbell's soup?
it wasn't that far from that. What it was we went down these stairs, and it was basically like a subterranean garage. Like picture the any parking garage, and there were girls in there. The lighting was very dim, and if they were wearing anything, they were wearing like glow sticks around their waist, so you could sort of see something. And they were just there to offer themselves to you. If you said yes, they would then take you up into whatever room that was above that garage. Yeah.
That's a rough life, Jeff. And your daughter, when she listens to this, is going to be very disappointed in you.
I walked out of there without having spent a dime.
They're never going to believe you. You're even worse. You loitered in a sex supermarket.
I did. And in fact, once they realized I was loitering, or me and the other youth officer guys, they booted us the hell out of there.
Really?
Yeah, there was no window shopping. It was only for serious customers. We were just kind of like, wow, it's a bunch of naked girls. That didn't really go over too well.
Well, Engai, what about what are your experiences with prostitution? What? It's a serious question, dude. I want to know. This is an all-inclusive discussion.
Wow. When I woke up this morning, I did not know we were doing... I didn't realize we were going to be working blue. I didn't know it was going to be that kind of podcast. Wow.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if I have any. I really don't have any other than just, going around public parks and stuff and seeing naked people playing Frisbee and things like that, or like just
That's not
for the
prostitution.
usual. It's not. I would say it's not really much. Like I was with a girlfriend at the time, and it's not really much different than if you're at a beach with someone. You're trying to control your eyes from where you look, but it was just a little more tempting to look. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think I've ever, other than the commercials on German TV and the usual going to Vegas when all the people are on the street like slapping the cards in their hands and sticking them out at you, like pregnant women walk by with another child they already had in a stroller, and they're like the dudes on the side of the street are handing them flyers for, I don't know, pissing and strangulation and stuff.
I don't know, the Vegas, I find the people on the street in Vegas handing out those cards, I for some reason I find them very creepy. And it's not like they're, it's just something about it. It's just seedy.
Well, it's more just sad because usually when I go, it's a bunch of Latinos, and sometimes it's older women, and it's like it's just work, It's just what's the cheapest labor you can get to do this, and it's kind of seems like a demeaning job, but they're just trying to make some money, and it's just a waste.
I actually never understood how that particular job worked, frankly. I mean, couldn't they just take them all and like dump them into a wastebasket and said they handed them out?